Pooja Chaudhary. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Feel Your Movement, and today's video is a complete guide on Surya Namaskar practice. In today's video, I will teach you how to practice Surya Namaskar correctly and how you can modify or simplify your practice as per your current body state. I also call this practice a complete fitness package because you can actually get what you want from this practice. If you want to lose weight or if you want to increase your strength and stamina, then practice it at fast pace. And if you want to work on your flexibility and if you want to increase the mobility of your body, then practice it at slow pace. Hold each and every pose for like 10 seconds, 20 seconds or 30 seconds and so on. So, but for that you need to master this practice, this Surya Namaskara. So first in the practice I'll show you the Surya Namaskar exactly the way it is given in literature, and then I will show you how you can modify this practice as per your body. And if you have any doubts or questions related to the practice, you can ask that in comment section and I will certainly answer that. But before we move to our practice, I would like to give you 3 very important tips, and if you include those tips in your practice, this is going to improve your experience. So the first tip is try to coordinate your breath with your movement. Yes, you get maximum benefits when you synchronize your body movement with your breathing. Now, the second tip is do a little warm up. Yes, like take a short walk for 5 to 10 minutes, or you can do Sukshma Vyayam, or which is simple joint movements. You can move your neck, your wrist, your elbow, your shoulders, then your waist in clockwise, anti-clockwise direction, your ankles. So how this helps? This will decrease the resistance in your body, and when you practice you feel a little light and open. So now third and most important tip is always listen to your body. Your body is very intelligent and it gives you signal where to stop. So don't overlook those signals. Yoga is not about attaining your pose or forcing your body to get into some shape or in posture. It's about, yes, little tension and pressure is good for your body, but not overdo this. Okay, I hope you understand all the tips and you will work on it, I know. So please watch this practice session till the end, because at the end I'll tell you 3 very important and relaxing asanas with the help of which you can relax your body completely at the end of this practice. So that's all for talking. So now let's begin the practice. So let's start with the practice. First I'll show you how to do the all 12 poses of Surya Namaskara and how it is given in book. So first is Pranamasana. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, 2. This is Hastottanasana. Exhale, Padhasana, 3. Inhale, Ashwasanchalan Asana. Exhale, Parvatasana. This is 5. Hold your breath. Ashtanga Namaskar. Bhujangasana. Inhale. Parvatasana. Exhale. Ashwasanchalan Asana. Inhale. Padhasana. Exhale. Hastottanasana. Inhale. Pranamasana. Exhale. So how it is given in books. Now I'll show you how you can work on each step. Wherever you find it's challenging for you, then you can work on that. So let's start with the first pose, that is Pranamasana. I hope this is easy for all of you. So I'll tell you how you can coordinate your breath at each step with doing a Surya Namaskar. So first is Pranamasana. So how you do this? When you raise your hand, inhale. Now, when you take it back, exhale. Your elbow should be inside, closer to your body. Now, press your palms towards each other. And from here, we'll do second pose, that is Hastothanasana. So, we inhale and raise our hand up, arch our back and go backward. See, if this is difficult for you, if you are a beginner and you really find it challenging to go back, like if you have vertigo issues, then it is not advisable to do this. For beginners, you can, in Hastothanasana, you can just stretch your hands up. Okay, don't go back. And if you are a beginner and want to learn this backward bending, then what you should do, just bend your knees, push your pelvis forward, raise your chest up, and when you raise your chest, your knee will straighten up. And now you can go back. And don't look back too much, otherwise you may feel dizzy. So fix the gaze in front of you and then take your body back. So here you are inhaling. So that is for the second pose. And if you still want to improve your back bending, then what you can do, just place your hands on your back, just support your back and then inhale and go back. Push your pelvis forward, raise your chest and hold in this position. Now to counteract this or to balance your spine, just do forward bending. Its next asana, third one, Padhastasana, is the counter pose of backward bending. That is the forward bending, so that your spine will balance out. So I think that's enough for the second pose. And now third pose, which is Padhastasana. So from second pose, we exhale, stretch our hands to forward and then go down. If it is difficult for you, you are not able to reach the ground, then what you can do, and yes, if you have slipped disc or sensitive back, then it is not advisable to bend forward too much. So what you can do, you can just stop here and hold your knees. Okay? And the most common mistake that people do while doing forward bending is they round up their back. From Hastothanasana, they bend like this. They make a round C shape on their spine, which is an incorrect practice. So please don't do this. When you go forward, make sure your spine is straight. You are bending from your waist, from this pelvic area, okay? And wherever you feel pain, just stop there. So this is Padhastasana. And now from here to go to the fourth pose, what you can do, you need to reach the ground. To reach the ground, instead of rounding your spine, bend your knees. Okay? And then reach the ground. From here, you have to do Ashvasanchalan Asana. So inhale and take your leg back like this. If it is difficult for you to cover the distance from here to here, then what you can do, from here, just place your foot little closer and then from here, slide your back leg farther. Okay? So from here, raise your chest and your chin, look up and hold this position. Try to push your hip down and make sure that your knees
should not cross your ankle, because in this position all the pressure comes to your knees and it's not good for it. So it should be your knees and your ankle should be in one line when you do this Asana Sanchalanasana. Look up. So from here, fifth pose is Parvatasana. So either you can go back directly, or if it is difficult for you, what you can do, from here, first go back on all fours and from here raise your body. Fix your gaze on your knees and try to touch your feet, touch your heels to the ground, and then try to touch your head. Make sure here in this, don't bend your elbows. This is the wrong practice. Your elbows would be locked here and then go back inside. Okay, this is the motion that you need to make. Okay, so here you will exhale in this fifth position. So now, going back to from Parvatasana, you will go to Ashtanga Namaskara. So from here, go back to your knees and then touch your chin and chest to the ground. Your hips will be lifted here. You can inhale and exhale here, or you can hold your breath in this position. So from here, we'll go to seventh position, that is Bhujangasana. So we'll slide up our body and inhale. This is Bhujangasana. Okay. So to increase your back bending, what you can do, you can resonate in Parvatasana and Bhujangasana. How? I'll show you how to do that. So from Bhujangasana, curl up your toes and come back in Parvatasana. So from here, inhale and go back to Bhujangasana. So this is going to increase your back bending, increase the flexibility of your spine and give you good arm strength. Okay. So in between you can do this 10 to 20 times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then after few days, when you are comfortable in this position, you can do the Hindu push-ups like this. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Perfect. So we were on seventh position, that was Bhujangasana. So from Bhujangasana, we have to go to eighth pose, Parvatasana. So come on all fours and then go back to Parvatasana. Here exhale. Now from here, take your right leg in front and look up, chin up. This is Ashtanga Sanchalanasana and here you need to inhale. So if coming from Parvatasana directly to the Ashtanga Sanchalana is difficult, then from Parvatasana come to your all fours and then bring your right leg forward. Make sure your knees and your ankle should be in one line. Your knee should not cross or should not pass your ankles. So this is your ninth pose. From here, either you can come back directly into this Padhastasana or you can come slowly. If you are a beginner, that is difficult for you. So from here, either you can straighten up your knees and make sure that your spine is straight. And if you have a sensitive back, then bend your knees. From here, go to Hastottanasana. Inhale and stretch your body up. If you don't want to go want to go back, bend your knees, push your pelvis forward, raise your chest and inhale here. Now exhale and come in Pranamasana. So that was all the steps for Surya Namaskar. Now I'm going to tell you 3 very relaxing poses. So the first one is Makarasana. For that, lie on your stomach. Okay. So from here, raise your upper body and then place your chin in your palms and make sure your elbows are in close contact. And now relax. Your toes will point outward. So in this position, relax at least for 1 to 2 minutes. This is going to relax your back, your neck. So now we'll talk about second pose. Second pose is Markat Asana. For Markat Asana, lie down on your back. From here, either you can spread your arms or you can place it beneath your head. And then bend your knees. Now inhale, and when you exhale, your legs and your head will go in opposite direction. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale and do it in another direction. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, go to other direction. And you can hold this pose for few seconds. Now inhale, do this 20 times. Now I am going to tell you third pose, that is Vipreet Karni with the help of wall, with support of wall. So for this, come in contact with the wall like this, and then from here, lie down. Make sure that your hips and your legs are in one line and should be in complete contact with the wall. And then spread your arms and relax in this position at least for 3 to 5 minutes. So yes, that's it for the day. I hope you liked the video. So if you like the video, please practice it as per the tutorial. I'm sure you will learn Surya Namaskar very soon. So see you all in my next video. Till then, bye bye.